Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Politics Now. We're talking about modern politics and modern America, and today we're going to be discussing why Trump really has pretty much everything on the table to win the nomination, while DeSantis is floundering and is likely to lose the nomination. So, yeah, let's get into that. So, DeSantis has not been doing that well recently, and he's sort of been stagnating at around 18 points, and Trump has recovered from his small little dip. And DeSantis, which is his main competitor, is not doing that well. Trump really has everything in the bag, and DeSantis is only losing more and more support. So, Trump really doesn't need to do anything major to win the nomination at this point, because if he just stays here, he'll win the nomination, and he might even win every single state, or at least get a majority in every single state. But yeah, he's doing pretty well. He is beating DeSantis in the Florida polls by quite a bit, and considering how it's probably the most pro DeSantis state, it's pretty impressive. So he's beating him there, which if he can beat him there, then he can win every single state. And that would be very beneficial to his campaign because Florida is a if you win a majority of the votes, you just take all of the votes, and that would add a lot of points to your electoral total, which would be extremely good for the Trump 2024 campaign. And DeSantis being his main competitor is probably the best thing to happen to Trump because really he needs to focus on just ruining DeSantis. And so far it's been going pretty well. He is very unfavorable compared to a lot of these other candidates. And once he announced, it pretty much kickstarted him being more and more unliked. And now he's pretty unpopular in a lot of these states that he needs to win to get the nomination. And even in his own state, a lot of the people like him as governor, but they don't like the fact that he's running for the nomination and are likely to vote for Trump or some other candidate, which will only hurt DeSantis's chances of winning the state. Because I don't think you want to be playing risky and acting like, oh, I can obviously win the state where I'm the governor of, when my opponent is beating me in every single poll outside of the poll from, what, 5 months ago at this point? And it's only been getting worse and worse for DeSantis in Florida. So DeSantis really needs to step on it if he's going to win. But in terms of Trump, yeah, he has it in the bag. He got a major point boost, and now he's at almost 36 over DeSantis. And DeSantis is doing pretty well. Ramaswamy is he's dipping a little bit, and that's mostly because his initial boost in popularity at his interview with Tucker Carlson is kind of wearing off, and he's probably going to go back to maybe fourth place. Maybe Mike Pence might overtake him, but it's pretty up in the air, and these people down here aren't really a threat to Trump. DeSantis is the main threat, and he's not really a threat anymore because he's basically shot himself in the foot and has nowhere to go now. DeSantis 2024, it's pretty much dead. Trump really has no major competitor that he needs to worry about. He just needs to just sit there and watch as all of his competitors sort of just shoot themselves in the foot. And really he has no barriers at all for winning the nomination. Trump at this point, he's going to win the nomination. It's pretty unlikely that he doesn't win because nobody has ever won a nomination while being under 50%. There might be some there might be some differences, and there have been some candidates that have won, but they're like incumbent presidents who dropped out of the race for a little bit and then came back, or they were extremely popular, dropped out of race, and then came back, or there was a lot of different factors. DeSantis has none of them going for him. He's just a really bad loser, and even in those cases of people who got it under 50%. They weren't like at DeSantis level where they're at 18%. They're more so at 45 or the high 40s, or I think the lowest one was LBJ polling at 42%. Yeah, he still won the nomination. But you need to be fairly high to even have a chance to win the nomination, and DeSantis just isn't doing that right now. He's completely dead, and honestly, he's a void of charisma. He's not going to do well on the debate stage, and he needs to go to the debates if he ever wants to hope to actually, get some support for the debates and get some support to win the nomination. He needs to debate, but that will also be a very bad thing to do because then he's going to be the main focus. Trump isn't going to join, and he's going to be the main focus and probably lose a lot of support. And DeSantis, he really can't debate that well. He is a complete void of charisma, and he cannot debate at all. If you've seen him debate, yeah, he can kind of do it during the governor debate, but that is a very different beast from the debates that you have to do on the national level. And DeSantis is just not going to do that well at it, especially if Trump is in one of the debates, which he'll probably be in one, but probably not the first debate. DeSantis will likely be in the other debate, and he'll likely be in all of them, probably, because his poll numbers are too low for him to just skip out on the debates. And Trump will likely join one. And Trump is very good at debating. That's pretty much why he won 2016 and why he became so popular is that he meshes very well with the debate stage. And he is very good at making it a sort of show and entertainment. It's more so just a fun side hobby at this point because he's pulling so high. He'll probably just do it for fun, and it's not really going to hurt him at all. If anything, it's going to hurt DeSantis because he can't debate that well, and Trump is very, very good at this. He has experience, and his personality mends very well with the debate. And honestly, DeSantis would lose a lot of support if Trump debated him and completely annihilated him, where he gets weak during the first debate, and then the second debate, Trump joins in and delivers that final combo, and then DeSantis 2024 effectively dies there. I mean, it was already pretty much dead at the beginning, but it would be completely dead there. And honestly, DeSantis doesn't have the poll numbers just to skip out debates, and he's losing in Florida. He's not that favorable, and he's losing by more than 35 points on Trump. And you need to join the debates, but also the debates aren't going to help because Trump knows how to play the strategy where you weaken your main opponent and then finish them off. And a lot of these people who are in the front for especially Republican primaries, they don't join the debates because their main opponent is the one that they want to pick off because they are the most likely to take votes away from them. And if they don't join, they are the main target. If you don't have first place at a debate, everyone is going to focus on the second place guy because it's everyone is going to focus on the one who's winning the furthest because imagine a debate without Trump. Nobody's going to focus on somebody like Mike Pence. Maybe for a little bit, but honestly, they're mostly going to focus on DeSantis and firing shots at him, which is going to hurt his campaign. So, yeah, Trump basically has this in the bag, and he'll probably win the primary. And people should be looking more towards the general election, and we should be focusing on that more. And honestly, primaries are over. They were already over once those first indictments came through. And yeah, Trump basically has everything at his advantage that he can use to win the nomination. So if you think Ron DeSantis will win the nomination, leave that in the comments below. But I'll see you guys next time. Bye.